Hi, did you know that in Westchester County, if you get convicted of possessing drugs, you're allowed to keep your pistol permit? Yeah, I said it. Can you believe that if you're convicted of drug possession charges, you are allowed to keep your pistol permit? According to Susan Cacace. Today is May 3rd, 2010, and I was at the Westchester County Courthouse viewing all order to show causes to revoke or suspend pistol permits in the County of Westchester. On May 22nd, 2008, Judge Susan Cacace had this case in front of her, this order to show cause. And it reads, I'll read it for you pretty much verbatim. This is an administrative proceeding pursuant to Penal Law 400, in parentheses 11, for revocation of the respondent's pistol license, authorizing the respondent to carry a pistol for target shooting and to possess one handgun. By order to show cause dated March 20th, 2008, the petitioner, County of Westchester, contends that the respondent, Derek Carrington, is not fit to possess a pistol permit. Of course he's not. Wait till you hear the story. The basis of this petition is that on January 25th, 2008, in the city of Yonkers, the respondent was arrested and charged with criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 7th degree. The charge against the respondent was disposed of by a guilty plea to the charge, and he was sentenced to a fine. The court possesses broad discretion in determining whether to revoke a pistol license for a good cause. See matter of Chadwick versus Ernest Colucci 67, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, while the state has a substantial and legitimate interest in a grave responsibility for ensuring the safety of the general public so that individuals who do not have the essential character and fitness to possess a dangerous instrument do not possess a pistol. See matter Pelosi versus County of Westchester. Under the circumstances of this case, I find that the County of Westchester, now this is Judge Susan Cacace speaking, has not presented substantial evidence to establish that the respondent, Derek Carrington, does not possess the character necessary for the possession of a pistol license. So basically what Judge Susan Cacace is saying is that it's alright to do drugs. You know, what's wrong with doing drugs? You can keep your permit, you know. And it goes on to say, well, the court does not condone, of course, you got to protect your back, does not condone the respondent's actions. The court will consider the fact that this was an isolated incident. She's a mind reader. She knows that Derek never took drugs in the past before, nor will he in the future. She's a mind reader. All drug people, it's only a one-time incident. It's an isolated incident, you know. The court would also take note of the fact that the respondent's handgun was not used, displayed, or threatened in any manner during the course of this incident. Such a gentleman. Accordingly, the application of the County Attorney of Westchester County to revoke the pistol permit of the respondent, Derek Carrington, pursuant to Penal Law 400, is denied. Give Derek Carrington his pistol permit back and his weapon. He's only a drug user. Shame on you, County. Shame on you. The Westchester County, it's unbelievable. How could you possibly condone a person who uses drugs possessing firearms, or even one firearm? Everyone knows that firearms and drugs do not go, it's not a good mix. You see what's going on between Mexico and the U.S. border with all the drugs and guns? You see the correlation there of people who are criminals, you know? Do you see a correlation there? Criminals and guns and drugs? As you recall, Braveheart, my previous video, he had his permit revoked and he was not found guilty of any charge. He did not display his weapon either, nor did he mention his weapon. Nor were any kinds of threats implied, expressed, or whatever mentioned in any document, in any proceeding. Nothing. Nothing. And he had his permit revoked, period. He made a motion to re-argue, denied. We don't know what he's capable of doing, was her reply. we have a duty to protect the public, you know, from harm. Of course we do. I agree, absolutely we have an obligation to protect society. But Braveheart never broke a law. He respects the law 110%. It's because of you that I became a benefactor member of the NRA. The best thing that ever happened to me. They opened up my eyes wide open. Wide open. And did you know that if you go to Detective Thomas Whiting of the Public Safety Department in the pistol permit department in the county building, if you ask him to view this information, you know what he's going to tell you? Go see Sergeant Genese and put in a request with Genese. So I put in a request with Genese. Genese goes, that information is not under the Freedom of Information Act or FOIA. It's not FOIAable, he goes. That's not public information. That's totally off limits. Make a long story short, we bounced around back and forth. I put in a formal complaint. That's going through as we speak. And I spoke to Sergeant Reach, and he told me that that information is indeed foilable. So I was at the county last week. Open access to anything you want, people. You go there, revocation, suspensions, it's all there. You don't have to even put in a written request. They don't want you knowing anything that's going on in the county because of things like this. It's okay for them to do things like this. Not too long ago, a Yonkers legislator and an individual named Tim Cacace, who allegedly, yes, Tim Cacace, who was allegedly Susan's brother, were arrested and charged with criminal possession of cocaine. Criminal possession of cocaine. Tim Cacace. I heard that he was Susan Cacace's brother. I can't confirm 100%, but that's what I've been told. So apparently Judge Susan Cacace has nothing against people who use drugs and have guns. But if you get arrested for an alleged harassment charge and you're proven innocent and you never threatened anybody, you never displayed your weapon, you never made any harassing phone calls or sent harassing emails of any kind, and because the alleged victim worked for the sheriff's department in Los Angeles, and because 2 sheriffs from LA came out to here to arrest Braveheart on those charges, along with about like 6 or 8 local police department, it was ordered to show cause. George Mancuso, assistant DA, said you got nothing to worry about. Typical procedures, you know, just go through the motions. You got nothing to worry about. They can't suspend it or revoke it unless you're convicted of a felony. Of course, he never retained counsel. And what ended up happening? Revoked. Jeffrey Cohen was no winner either. Judge Jeffrey Cohen had someone keep their license after he was accused of an assault. Jeffrey Cohen said, give him his permit back. You know, it's okay. You just assaulted the guy. Nothing wrong with that. It's all on the paperwork. You go to the county. This, in one little box, you got to sift through hours and hours and hours. There's plenty of information there. And Jeffrey Cohen and Susan Cacace are not shy about revoking permits. Not at all. Or giving full carries. Not at all. They will not give you a full carry that I've seen. But they're quick to revoke. Not even suspend, revoke. But for good cause. From what I saw, good cause. But for drugs, it's okay. You could do your drugs and have your guns. Nothing wrong with that. Braveheart, most honest, legitimate, law-abiding citizen. You ever want to meet the nicest guy on the face of the earth? Revoked. For no good cause. This is Westchester County, ladies and gentlemen. This is Judge Susan Cacace, and this is the way it works here, sadly. We got to get rid of this arbitrary discretion. God bless Otis McDonald. Hopefully we'll be victorious. We'll hear the decision shortly. And New York State won't have a choice but to accept and endorse and embrace the Second Amendment.